What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be learning the song Your Love Is a Song by Switchfoot, which many of you know is like my favorite band of all time. So without any further ado, let's get into it. You are watching Logan's Lessons. No capo, guitars in standard tuning. Get it? Got it? Good. Let's do the intro first. We're going to start with an F sharp minor chord. First, you're going to bar the second fret of all of your strings with your first finger. Then you will place your ring finger on the 4th fret of your A string. And finally, your pinky finger on the 4th fret of your D, right below your 3rd finger. It should sound like this. Take your time with this chord. It's not an easy one, but it is important. Secondly, we have a D major chord. You're going to put your first finger on the 2nd fret of your G string. Then your 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret of your B string. And finally, your middle finger goes on the 2nd fret of your high E string. You strum your D string, or the string 3rd from your face, downwards. That's a D major chord. Thirdly, we have an A major chord. A major is really simple because it only requires one finger. That finger will be your index, and it will bar the 2nd fret of your D, G, and B strings. You will also play an open A. Lastly, we have an E major chord. You will start by putting your middle finger on the 2nd fret of your A string. Follow that by putting your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of your D. And last but not least, our 1st finger on the 1st fret of our G string. That is an E major chord. Okay, so now we have the chords. Let's talk strumming. The strumming emphasis will be on the 1st, the 3rd, and the 7th strum. And it will all be down strums. It will sound like this. Down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With the chords. Play it with me. That is the intro. Let's learn the verse. For the verse, we are going to use an interval called thirds. If you would like a video explaining what thirds are, leave a comment down below. We're going to start on an F sharp minor third on the A string. The way we're going to do that is by putting our first finger on the 9th fret of our A string, and then our 3rd finger on the 10th fret of our B. The same strumming pattern as the intro applies. Now, we have to pay attention that we're muting every single string other than the A and the B. This is critical. I am going to do that by resting my first finger down across the D, G, and the high E strings, as well as touching the tip of my first finger to the low E string. That rule applies to every chord we play in this verse. So the F sharp minor third should sound like this. It is held on to for the longest time of any chord in the verse. Then we go on to the D major third, which is the same shape as the F sharp minor, but you'll move your ring finger out one more fret on the B string, and you will have your index finger on the 5th fret of your A. You do 4 strums on that chord, then you go back up to the F sharp minor, and finally onto an E major third, which is exactly the same as the D, it's just up 2 frets. It's starting on the 7th fret of your A with your index finger. So if I play the whole verse. Okay, play it with me slowly. Full speed, it'll sound like this. Okay, great. That is the verse. You'll be very pleased to be informed that the pre-chorus is very similar to that of what we just learned. For the pre-chorus, we will start on the D major third that we already learned. Then we move up to an F sharp minor third and down to the E major third, like this. Nice! You just learned the verse and the pre-chorus. Do you remember the intro? Well, then you remember the chorus. The chorus is exactly the same chords and the same strumming pattern as in the intro, except there is a minor change at the end, where we go to a B minor chord, which will be played by putting your first finger on the 2nd fret of your A string, and then your 3rd finger is going to be on the 4th fret of your D. Right under that, your pinky goes onto the 4th fret of your G, and finally, your middle finger goes on the 3rd fret of your B string. That is a B minor chord. So it's B minor to D. You only hit the D once, so these chords will sound like this. Now the second chorus omits this change, and instead of playing their normal chords twice, they play it 4 times. So you're going from F sharp minor to D to A to E 4 times. Then after the final chorus, we have what I would probably consider the bridge section of the song. It's the yeah section. For that bridge, we're going from our F sharp minor chord to your E. F sharp minor and E split a measure together. So down, 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 and down, 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 and then D. Stay on D. That repeats, and then a 3rd time, and we have that B minor to D. Your love is a song. Okay, so let's talk about song structure. We have the intro, which is F sharp minor, D, A to E major. Then we have the verse, which is the minor and major thirds. And then the pre-chorus, which is the D major third to the F sharp minor third to the E major third. So it's just a variation in the thirds. Then we get into the first chorus, which is exactly the same as the intro chords, but at the end of it, we tag on that B minor to D thing. Then we get back into the second verse, which is identical to the first one. A pre-chorus, which is identical to the first pre-chorus as well. Then we get into chorus 2. Chorus 2 is different, that instead of playing B minor to D, we play the F sharp minor, D, A to E major 4 times rather than just 2, and forget about the B minor to D. Then we get into another pre-chorus, which is also exactly the same as the first 2. So this is where normally you'd have a bridge, but it's just the pre-chorus again. Then a final chorus, which does have the B minor to D thing in it, and then you get into the bridge of the song, which we just talked about. And then at the very end, you just tack on that B minor to D, and that's the end of the song. Okay, that is the song Your Love is a Song by Switchfoot. I hope this guitar tutorial has helped you. If it has, please hit that like button blue. I would appreciate it if you subscribe too. I hope this has been a blessing. You have been watching Logan's Lessons.